so divine, looking so fine. We know how to keep it going, make the most of every moment. So let's raise a toast to la vida hermosa. It gets better than this. Moonlight glittering all over our skin. Pour the night in a glass with salt on the rim, 'cause right now I just wanna drink it in. And we've been so good, I think we earned a sin. Sunset to sunrise, we party all night. We're dancing till the break of dawn. Baby, we live that high life, we got that wild vibe. Tell me what more could you want? Feeling so divine.
I hear you. I had the music turned up to 75, so no one can hear anyone.
Oh, I'm trying to get this switch over to my app, but it won't.
Oh, are you using the app?
No, I have the app, it's just not letting me use it for some reason.
What type of phone you on? Are you on an Android or an Apple?
Apple.
Okay. I know Apple has got some issues with StreamYard, both on the app and on the web browser. Hank, I'm not sure if you know who he is. He has similar problems. It's because he uses Apple. I tell people all the time, you don't have to switch to Android, but I recommend getting like a cheap Android that you can use for live streaming. It just functions better for that.
Well, once I fix my computer back up, I just got this shit here from my brother.
Oh fuck! Oh, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year to you too.
Ooh, got a mix board. Nice one too. You DJ, I take it? Damn. Ooh, fuck. First stab fucking wrecked me.
I like this thing. It connected. That's why I couldn't hear me.
That thing's kick ass around.
It's got
Yeah, full screen.
There are a bunch of buttons and dials for streaming and shit. Oh shit. Let me see. Come on, back up.
Oh damn. That's for live streaming?
Yeah. It's got sliders and shit.
How much do one of those things run?
I have no idea. My brother bought it and gave it to me.
All right.
But for this one, it's just a simple one. It's broke now. What do you come with? Like this whole, the whole mic. And then just got like, shit. This pop filter thingy.
I actually have a webcam and stuff, so I used to be a Twitch streamer for gaming.
Not bad.
I still have the Twitch account, and it's linked on here as well. Or was. But Twitch is really finicky with smoking, so I try not to go up on that too often. Or no, not Twitch. Twitch is what I'm on now.
I just gotta get a good enough spot to set up absolutely everything. Like, I just need a good enough space.
Over here, can barely ass breathe.
Huh?
And over here, can barely ass breathe through that one ass dab. Fucking rock my lungs good.
I'm going to buy a piece today for the live resin that me and my woman's got.
I need to stop yawning.
What time is it where you're at?
3 in the morning.
Oh shit, I'm 2 hours ahead of you.
Oh shit, you at 5 a.m., huh?
Yep.
New York?
Nope, New Brunswick. I'm in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like 6 hours away from Brie, maybe.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Lots of fun. Not really, but.
Yeah. Me and my girls spent New Year's together, and she's going to bed right now, and I'm still awake, so. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start up a New Year's after party live. If anyone joins, cool. If no one does, whatever. It's 3 in the morning. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Right.
I was surprised when I saw someone say something like, yeah, I'll jump in. And I was like, oh, shit. I didn't think anyone was going to be awake.
I'm about in the same boat. Look, woman's sleeping. I can't sleep, so might as well hop on, pop a few toes.
Like, I'm very tired. But, like, my brain, it never shuts down. There are days where I'm like, I'm both insomniac and I'm not. Some nights I can knock instantly. Other nights, I'll be up until 7 in the morning.
Me too.
It helps at my workplace. I don't work until 4 in the afternoon, so I can stay up stupid late and not worry about it. It's almost like being on vacation every single day of the week.
I ain't got nothing better than doing
So what we smoking on tonight?
I believe I'm still smoking my Stardust Bud.
Ooh, that sounds tasty.
It is just some of the new shit the dispensary has. It's like really high stuff. This stuff here is Sunset Sherbet mixed with orange creamsicle. You can't really
Hey!
see. And then there's this
Sunset Sherbet. That's what I just smoked.
This one's permanent marker and mango.
Aw.
And then we got
Jumbo
Creighton.
jelly. So yeah, here's the sunset sherbet. What's left of it, at least.
Oh fuck yeah!
Grab the rest of my dabs. They're in my fridge. But first, my girl second. Oh, there's not much left of mine.
I got a sunset sherbet cart.
Oh,
Comes in a fancy
snag
little
one of my
box.
girl's dabs. She second have one. We actually got our own separate dabs, even. Just for sakes of ease of use. We share.
Me and the woman got this in a mystery bag.
Ooh. Nice.
Pretty. It's a cart thing. But
Nice.
it is sunset sherbet.
Apple fritter.
Fuck yeah. Sunset sherbet.
This is my girl's dabs. Oh my god, that's so beautiful.
This isn't.
There we go.
We also got this out of the mystery box. Not mystery bag, I guess.
Oh, from Europe?
From my dispensary.
Oh, okay. I hear mystery box, and I right away think Europe.
Oh, shit. Stay in there.
Hey, Brandon. Not much. Just sitting and chilling, having a New Year's after party.
Yeah, that's called
Nice.
Planet. This is called Planet of the Grapes.
Is that hash rosin?
No, it's live rosin.
Live rosin. Oh, okay, yeah. Live rosin and hash rosin have a similar coloring.
Yeah, this was the.
It's called. Oh. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Screw a little piece of this up. Yeah, nice. Good, beautiful piece of some apple fritter. God, that smells so good.
Shit. Oh, yeah, now you can see the bugs.
Yeah, nice little
That's
glob of apple fritter ready to go.
That's the Stardust fucking mugs. They look good as hell.
Stardust? Oh my god.
I think that's
Come
what
on.
they're called. They're called like Stardust buds. There's like a new cross of fucking weed. Yeah, and then Grape Inferno.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You smoke more bud than dabs?
Yeah.
Me and my girl, the reverse of that. We smoke more dabs than bud. We have bud. We have several joints and a couple of fancy blunts. Just sit though, because we live in an apartment complex, so we can't smoke those in the apartment.
Let's see, we got a little bit of live resin, and then
Ooh.
we got the live resin cart. So like we don't have a dab rig right now. I'm going to get one today.
Yeah. I think between me and my girl, we got 1, 2. I think there's a couple here. Yeah. 3, 4. We got 5 rigs between me and my girl. Oh no, 6 rigs. Correction, 7. We have 7 rigs.
You used to have a lot of bongs.
But I have my preferred rig. The one you saw me use is the one I normally use.
Yeah, it's usually me, but after I broke $2,000 worth of bongs in one shot.
Yeah, that would make it hard to want to do it again.
Yeah, I was holding on to bongs for like me and my friends. And I pushed the shelf over 2 inches. All fell.
That blows.
So now I just got
I thankfully I've not had that bad of luck with that kind of stuff. Ooh, nice.
this tall bastard. And,
So I also have
short little hexagon.
papaya melons.
Nice.
Delicious as hell. Grape cream cake.
That sounds good.
It is good. It's delicious. And slurricane.
Ooh, slurricane.
No, not much left of that one either. But other than that, so where we normally get it, they're not going to be doing it for a while, so we can't pick up. At least not that way. We'll have to go to a normal dispensary. But I've been building my claim up. So
see, this was like a. Oh shit! It's not gonna show.
This is like the 1/4 inch thick of solid reclaim there.
Fuck. Anyway, this says $40 on it.
Oh, not bad.
For the live resin.
For how many grams?
I think it's just a gram.
Oh, gram.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
I might pick up another one. Or at least shatter.
Ooh, I haven't had shatter in a while.
Huh?
I haven't had shatter in a while.
I had shatter on my books. Or no, yeah. Like a week ago. But I want the dab rig again.
Yeah. So were your dab rigs expensive dab rigs?
Well, not really.
You just had a lot of them on the shelf.
This one right here cost me $100.
Okay, so that's about what I pay for a rig. I generally spend no more than like $100 on a rig. This rig I've been using for a couple of years now. It was $90. It's a Cheech rig.
Yeah, if you want
it works real good. It's got, let's see, it's got 1, 2, 4 types of diffusers in it. So it's got a diffuser right at the base of the neck here. So right essentially here. Then it's got one at the bottom, and then you got the honeycomb diffuser and a recycling diffuser at the top.
Nice. I want one.
So that's what this is. That's a tornado in there. It's not very clear to see it.
That's cool.
Gotta be careful not to drink the water though. When it's not nothing on, you pull it right through the fucker. It's gotta taste the fluff going fucking lovely. Yeah, it doesn't show it very well. It's not a very big one, but it works.
Hey, whatever works.
And like I said, that was $90. I generally won't spend more than $100 on a rig unless it's something special, and even then, I'm looking at maximum $200. Anything higher than that, I'm gonna be afraid to touch it.
I feel you there. One that
Like,
I wanted the pink AK-47 bong, but this dispensary actually caught fire before I got it, which made me sad.
Yeah, the most expensive thing that I would ever think about getting is there's this guy that I see on, I believe he's on Instagram is where most of his posts are. He does dragons, iridescent dragons.
Ooh.
And they're not small, like they're not like a little dragon. It's like the rig is like 1.5 feet tall, and
If
like
I do end up going to the right dispensary today, and I remember, I'll take a picture of the fucking dragon bong that they got on for a contest right now. They call it the Green Bastard. It's cool as fuck.
I mean, if it's anything like the guys, I was like, oh, you know, that looks cool. I bet it's gonna be like $200 or $300. You know, I reached out. I was like, hey, how much for one of those dragon rigs? Oh, and he's like, oh, $30,000. What?
Jesus.
I'm like,
Keep it, buddy.
excuse me while I go pass out.
Yeah, keep it.
Like, even if I had the money to afford that, it'd end up on a shelf in a secured case just to look at, because I'd be too afraid to touch it. I'm like, I'm gonna break this thing, and then I'm out $30,000.
I feel that. My dumbass would end up breaking it somehow, way, shape, or form.
The other person that's on Instagram that I watch, their rigs are a bit more affordable. Like, I think the most expensive one I've seen was $20.
That's not bad.
Now, there's a reason for that, though. So, I have anything for reference size. Let's use this, actually. So, you know how big a standard little cap like this is?
Yeah.
You could sit it next to the head of this, and it's the size of the head of the cap. A fully functional dab rig.
That is sick.
I was like, holy! The thing is, like, first time I saw them, I was like, oh, that's cute, little pendant. It's like, it's pendant size. And I'm like, oh, it's a pendant. And then there's a video of him putting a custom banger into it that he made, and doing a dab with it, and it's got water in it. I was like, no fucking way, it actually functions, and the cloud it produced was monstrous. Like, proportionally, it didn't make any sense. I'm like, what? I need this. There was one that was like 1.5 inches tall, is the one I'm looking at, and that's like the most expensive one for $20. The little teeny ass ones that are like, you could sit them on a penny. Those are like, I think he said they're like $10. I'm like, get like 20 of those things. Put them on a keychain.
I need
Like,
one of them Wompit glass fucking bombs.
all I gotta find out is how the hell he's able to get it that small without it falling apart on him.
Yeah, for real. I'd be too
Like,
scared to burn myself.
Same. And I'm a blacksmith, so that's saying something. But yeah, if it's anything like this one guy I've seen videos of, it's zoomed in, and you can see his fingerprints. It's so zoomed in, and the piece of glass he's working on, it's like a 1/4 inch in size and all. But as they zoom in, there's thousands of little tiny angles and stuff. And he's got this micro torch and a little needle that he's adjusting things with. The flame is probably like, it's not even an eighth of an inch long. It's a teeny little blue flame, and it's melting the glass. I was like, whoa, that is. I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah,
but that's bloody freaking awesome.
That's crazy.
I'm always fascinated by when people do things that are really, really small and highly detailed, like the pencil carvers. I saw one where they carved the Statue of Liberty in the tip of a pencil, and it like when they zoom in on it, it looks like identical. Like they show an image of the Statue of Liberty in it, and they are exactly the same. Every little detail. I'm like, stop it. Stop that. Quit being awesome like that. Damn it. I've also seen painters that paint on a single grain of rice. Like one of them was painting essentially a replica of the Mona Lisa on a single grain of fucking rice.
Some people are crazy talented.
It's not just talent, like the patience that requires. Like the paintbrush they're using is literally a single hair, one thread. I don't drive.
That would drive me fucking nuts.
Imagine you're sitting there with your big old magnifying glass on, you're painting, and oh shit, where'd it go?
Yeah,
like 19 hours of painting, and you sneeze. Ugh. Shit.
I can't even pay attention to fucking myself long enough.
Right? I can do like I make those dab tools, and I mean, like I make these dab tools. They're tiny. Like that's small work, including making that tiny little spoon there. Like that's a thin, small spoon.
Yeah.
My daily one's not even that thin, but like this one was the most like out of all the 3 that I have designed that I produced. I produced 2 with this twist, and then 1 with a mirror. And this one has got the most, I would say, almost elegant design because it's slender in every possible way. The taper downs are so gradual that it's sexy.
What do you use
But
to make them?
1/4 inch square stock. That's it. Oh, do you mean like what I use to mold the metal?
Yeah. How do you just do it in general? That's cool as shit. You just use one of those.
This specific torch too.
You don't need no big motherfucking torch.
Nope. This will melt this. If I were in a not house situation, I'd put it into some pliers and superheat it for you and show you.
That's cool.
But yeah, I'm kind of inside the house, so.
That's
But yeah, my dab tools are. I can't say they're indestructible, but the way I say it is, if you find a way, like you're using it in your normal day-to-day use, and somehow it breaks or bends, I'll replace it. Like I'm putting that as a lifetime guarantee. If it ever bends, breaks, melts, or whatever, or starts to get corroded for some reason, send me a message, and I will replace it free of charge.
The coolest thing I can do is fucking draw. That's about it.
I mean, I can't draw. Not to save my life. I used to.
Draw and make
Not
bracelets,
anymore.
I guess.
It's one of the few things that I've done that, like, I was good at it when I was a kid. I drew a dragon's head breathing fire. The head itself wasn't all that detailed. The detail was put into the fire. The fire was so detailed, the judges that looked at it were like, this looks like it's going to pop off the page and burn me.
Yeah, no, I can't draw that fucking good.
But that was when I was like 12, maybe 11.
Oh shit, no, I'm joking.
I was a teeny little kid.
I forgot you were.
Now
I wasn't.
now
That long.
I could barely draw a stick figure.
Well, I just got done drawing this not too long ago. I didn't finish coloring the background yet because I got lazy, but shit.
Oh, nice. Lighting. There you go. Oh, nice. Is that? Oh, it is. I was just gonna say, South Park.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have a whole binder of shit here somewhere.
Yeah, I used to be, as a kid, a decent artist. Now, the only art I can do is the forge work. It's the one thing that really stuck with me. I don't know if it'll get my live kicked or not, but I guess I'll find out. If my video gets banned, well, oh well. I'll start it up again.
I was gonna say, don't get your video banned, jeez.
Well, it's a sword that I made.
Oh.
So I have it actually standing on the floor right now. So mind you, the camera's sitting, unless it's just about 3 feet off the ground. And this is sitting on the ground right now, tipped down.
God damn.
That's just the handle. So the pommel is 5 railroad spikes. Very heavy duty. The handle is made of mahogany. It's a 2-piece section. held together with steel pins.
Nice.
And then the blade itself is 3 feet long of serrated blade.
Do you see this fucking sword, dude?
I made this.
God damn, that's fucking awesome, bro.
This is also heavier than average swords. So an average sword 3 feet long of this type, or a long sword, would weigh roughly about 3 to 4 pounds. Not much. It's pretty light. You whip that thing around like it's a toy. This weighs 10 pounds.
Jesus, my brother made
It's
me
near double the weight.
My brother made me a double, like a double blade axe, but it looked like McDonald's fries. It was fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, something like that over here too, actually.
And heavy
2
as-
blades with me that I made.
I don't even know if it's
The other one that's a little buried right now.
Might not be. I don't know if it knows.
There she is. This one's truly the one that's like, I like building crazy, weird shit sometimes. So, or not crazy weird, crazy scary, I guess. This is I would call it the Apocalypse Axe.
Nice. That's cool.
It's got a spring as its handle, so the handle actually flexes and holds no matter what. The blade itself is heavily serrated. This is not a normal blade. You see all those pittings? This is the bottom of a crucible. There's leftover metal. And it just formed in that position. And I was like, that's going to be cool. So I welded it all to this bar of metal and then just cut grooves into the thing. It's
What is it?
physically, it's an axe.
No,
So-
like what was the blade made out of?
So I don't know specifically the metal type. It's slightly rust resistant, so it's not quite stainless. But it's leftover metal from inside a crucible. I worked at a foundry, and this was left over from one of the pours we did. And the reason I wanted it is because this piece here alone weighs almost 10 pounds. It's got about 30% tungsten in it.
Mm.
So it's super heavy. And actually, funny enough, this came from one company, from the foundry I worked at, and these came from a company that built cranes. So this is actually the cranes that are like in buildings on the
skyscraper
towers or
cranes.
whatever. No, not skyscraper cranes, but the ones that are inside like factories. The big, tall, like yellow cranes that you see that roll across the entire length of a building.
Yeah.
So the company I worked at was a crane building company for those kind of cranes, the interior or shipping yard crane style stuff. And this spring is actually the spring that is the shock system for the tracks. So that's one of the springs they use for it. So this spring can hold, I think they said, up to 17 tons of pressure.
God damn.
That's a very strong spring. But it's actually, funny enough, it's quite bendable. Like, I can flex that thing. So it's got a good feel in the hand. So yeah, your axe. And this piece is actually meant to be mounted to this spring through it pressure mounted, pops into it. So crane parts, crucible.
That's fucking dope.
And that's my Apocalypse blade. This is the thing that I pull out when zombies come out.
Fucking right. Well, you're well prepared.
Mostly. I don't like guns. Not because they're guns, but because in an apocalypse scenario, guns
You're loud.
will end up being they'll literally be your death. Not just because they're loud, but because you have limited ammo.
Fair.
This does not. As long as I have breath in my body, it has ammo. But I tested it only once and on a tree because I didn't have anything to test it on. I honestly expected the handle to, shock me backwards and, break my wrist. But I didn't feel the tree get hit, and I thought I missed until I looked at the tree, and there was a half-inch deep gash all the way across where I swung. I'm like, oh. And then looking at the blade, in between each one of these was chunks of wood. And I'm like, oh, that's just terrifying. Like,
I'd say so.
and the funny thing is the blade's edge itself. So like, I'll take my hand. Here's the blade's edge. It's dull. It cannot cut you. The sharp section is literally just the teeth. The edges of that tooth is what it was so dangerous. But yeah, this took me about 15 minutes to make.
I had a pair of homemade brass knuckles one time that somebody forged.
I'd love to make a pair of brass knuckles at some point.
I got rid of them forever ago, but they were cool as fuck. I should have kept them.
I do have a pair of brass knucks, but they're not like custom made or anything. They're novelty ones. They're functional. They're funny enough, they're a bullet, specifically a 50 caliber bullet. So the handle that runs through your hand is the bullet, and this is truly meant for a fight. So the bullet is hollow, and the tip of the bullet, which is a spike that comes off that long, can be unscrewed, and you can put stuff inside there. So like, punching, you can put powder in there. They're in their face. You just blinded them.
That's fucking cool.
But I got that at a thrift store for like $5.
My friend had a fucking knife. It had like a decent sized fucking blade on it, but the handle was brass knuckles.
Ooh.
It was the sickest fucking knife I've ever seen.
Oh, I've seen those. Those are fun. It's like a combat knife with a brass knucks built into it.
Yeah, they're fucking nice. I tried so hard to get it.
Yeah. I'm that kind of guy that if an apocalypse happens, the first thing I'm doing is going to a junkyard.
That's pretty smart.
All the steel I could ever need is there.
I'd probably end up dying because I'd just wander off looking at a butterfly or some shit.
Funny is most people will be like, oh, I'm going to build a bunker. Nah.
No, they start.
Too many variables there. The thing is, like,
they'll start it and then they'll realize it's too much work.
So, like, most people that have a bunker, all I could say is, that's a mistake. That's a grave, fatal mistake.
Why?
Because, while a bunker sure can protect you for things from, like, radiation and stuff, that's good for that.
Wait.
For long-term use,
I got you.
not smart.
Start that
For a couple of
over.
reasons. Let's say,
Hey,
whatever happens,
one second.
zombie virus or whatever, and these people quarantine themselves inside their bunker. Zombie virus passes for the most part, and the remaining people who are surviving now are scavenging. If they find out you're in a bunker and you have supplies, you just signed your own death warrant. Because they're not going to care about your life. You have what they need, and you're trapped.
First, obviously.
You have nowhere to go. No escape. For me, if I want to get into a bunker, it's quite simple. 99% of bunkers require an air filtration system that's above ground. You find that, you just plug it.
Smoke it out.
No, you don't have to smoke it out. You just cover it up, plug it. The oxygen will run out. Like that's literally all you got to do. And then the thing is, like, people are like, oh, I'll put traps at my front door. Trust me, I'm not going through your front door. If I'm coming in above you. I'm going to dig down to find your bunker, and then I'm going to take a couple of robe flares, break them open, pour it in a line in a circle, and it will melt through 9 inches of solid steel in
Hey.
seconds.
My woman's back here.
Phosphorus.
My woman's sitting back here. I wouldn't want to fuck with him. He thinks this shit through.
I'm
You might have had a second
Yeah,
opinion about it.
the apocalypse is something that I've always been a fan of. So learning how to survive in an apocalypse situation is something I kind of decided to try and learn. So like, if I had to break into a vault or into a bunker, I know how to. It's not, and the thing is, most people think, oh, well, we got that big solid door, and I'm like, yeah, that's not where you're going to go through. There's too many variables for traps there. You just go through the roof, dig down. Might take longer, but they can't stop you. Or like you said, if they got an above ground airport system, just take some green leaves and light them on fire and stick them in there. They'll be out of there in minutes.
If not, then they got fucking issues.
You just hear them hacking and wheezing and be like, they're probably a bunch of stoners. Then they're going to realize they're getting smoked out. But yeah, I've thought through a lot of that stuff. I've my favorite apocalypse scenario is zombies. I have too much fun. I mean, you've already seen the weapons that I can employ. I eventually am planning on making a suit of armor. Do you watch anime at all?
I don't. She does.
Okay. Full Metal Alchemist.
She said no. I have not watched that.
Okay. Well, the one of the two main characters in it is a suit of armor. Alphonse Elric. That armor is incredible looking. I want to make that. And if I'm in an apocalypse, put me in a solid suit of armor like that with zombies. Oh, just call me the Crimson Knight. Soaked in the blood of my enemies. Cheers that. But yeah. I have a very creative mind, so problem solving is something I'm good at.
Creative's an understatement. I think vivid imagination.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a song because I have a smoke ready to go.
Wait, did I hear that? Wait, I heard I'm gonna go grab a thong.
No, a song.
Oh my
Because he has
god.
a smoke ready to go. Jeez. Go back to bed, baby.
That was beautiful.
Oh, that was almost perfect. That was perfect.
That was. He's gonna grab a thong.
I'm not judging. I mean,
I know. That was perfect. That couldn't have been better timing. I'm like, oh boy. I get that a lot though. I do have a tendency to mumble slightly. So like, I've had conversations with people that I tell them
well.
I forge dab tools, and someone will be like, "You forage dab tools? How the hell do you do that?" I'm like, no. Forge, not forage.
Forge for fire.
I hate that show.
Oh.
No, you're okay. The only reason I hate it is because it's fake. It's staged. All of it.
Well, fuck
It's
that.
not real smithing. Like, they show them making a blade in 3 hours and it being sufficient enough to cut through meat. You could do that with a dull blade that's not tempered. If you know how to swing a weapon, you can cut through absolutely freaking anything. I watched professional samurais use a blunt blade, like blunt to the point it's a 1/4 inch thick blunt, and it looks like they just sliced through that roll of carpet or whatever they cut through. like what they cut it through with a razor blade. It's all about technique. So, don't know where I went for where I was going with that.
That they're talentless little shits. No, I'm sorry.
Yes, that.
Yeah, see,
Exactly.
I know what you were going for. It's fine.
But all seriousness, I can make a blade that is able to do what they were talking about, like cut through, will it kill or whatever. Yeah, that's not really that hard to do. Those fancy blades they're trying to make them make in 2 hours or 3 hours, I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not possible. Like the one of them they were trying to make a scimitar. Okay, making a scimitar can take up to 4 to 5 weeks.
What's a scimitar?
Not 3 hours. It's a type of blade. I can't remember the exact design, but it's like got a curve in it somewhere, a real sharp one. It's an addition blade, I believe.
I thought it was a doll once.
I don't know what it's called. It's a weird looking. It's this weird half moon curve in it, and it's a straight edge blade the rest of the way.
An asshole. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But it's the blade they showed was it required essentially 2 weeks of actual work to make the blade even just decent. So like they were trying to make it in 3 hours. I'm like, oh, that's not even possible. So the reality is likely what's happening is, so they say 3 hours. The reality is they probably had more time than that. They probably had more like 10 hours to make a acceptable blade that can do what they're saying to do, not 3 hours, because that's a load.
It sounds better when they say 3 hours.
It does, and for sakes of like a TV show, it's just for entertainment. Like all seriousness, some of them might be real blacksmiths, but they're there for one thing and one thing only: money. That's it. It's a game show. So like, I don't like the show because it's a lot of smoke and mirrors and a lot of lies. They're not lying about how the processes work and how to do it. They're just lying about how much time it actually takes. The final product ones they do, where they send them home, like the last 2 contestants or whatever, they send them home to make a good sword or a blade. That's more realistic because they give them like a week to do it. That's realistic. I could make a good blade in a week if it's just like a basic thing. So, and I'm an amateur blacksmith. My bladesmithing skills are okay. My smithing skills are the dad tools. Okay, time to smoke and jam out.
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds.
Got that sleepy song.
Every time.
Like Joe.
You play Farm Simulator?
A little bit here and there, yeah.
Yeah. You play 25 yet?
No.
Not bad. Probably just the fact that I have working on good demos.
as far as farm simulators, in general, games I don't play much of anymore. They don't have the appeal they used to.
Mm.
I used to be able to sit down and play for 20 hours a day if I wanted to. No issues. Now, 20 minutes and I'm getting bored.
Farm Simulator 2022, I have over 107 hours on one map.
I was like that with Space Engineers. You ever play that game?
What's it about?
So you ever play Minecraft?
Yeah.
Think about Minecraft, but in space and with more realistic physics.
Okay.
But it's not just in space. Oh, I'm gonna test them ever so slightly so I can hear you better.
I used to have
So, it's not like you're only solely in space. There's a solar system that you can explore. With, I think, this without any downloads, it starts with 7 planets, I believe. And each planet has moons. They don't move, they're stationary. So, like, you just fly straight to them. But there are 0 loading screens between the planets. You just fly to the planet. And the thing is, like, size-wise, I think it's probably got the biggest map ever conceived as far as, like, explorable maps without loading screens. The first world that you start on, the Earth-like planet, is 3 times bigger than the Earth actually is. In circumference, it's that big. And the crazy part is, so in order to progress, you have to mine materials just like you would in Minecraft. Except it's more like realistic materials, like, and they're periodic table style. They're actually in the periodic table. And it's complicated. It's not just like, oh, you mine iron and you can make an iron tool. Yeah, no, you can mine iron, but you're still going to need silicon. You're still going to need copper. You're still going to need gold. You're still going to need all these different materials to make all the components inside that tool that you're using. So it's very detailed. You can mine the whole planet. And when I say the whole planet, I'm talking all the way to the core. You can mine the entire planet out.
Jesus.
That's the crazy part of this. Me and my buddy, who used to play together all the time, we decided one day to attempt to build a vessel big enough to encompass an entire planet and mine it out. We did succeed in it. It took help from a few other people because in the game you can do actual computer programming. I'm going to turn this off for a moment. That's better. There's some blocks you can place down that allow you to program stuff. So like the engines, the drills, the wheels, whatever you want to use that they have in game, you can make code for, write your own code, and tell it to do stuff. I can't write code, so it's mumbo jumbo to me. But we know a few people that know how to write code, and we're like, hey, we need this script made for us to do this specific thing. And they didn't even charge us for it. They're just like, oh yeah, sure, just send me what you need done. So we got that done. And the reason we did that is because we needed over 50 million scripts running every 10 seconds. That's crazy. The reason being is, think of it like a giant starfish, like massive, about 200 limbs, and they close in around the planet. They just essentially hug the planet like a starfish really does. Once it's fully closed, the mining drills all engage and decimate the whole planet in less than 3 minutes. The thing is, the closing of the tendrils was what gave us the biggest problem. Physics is fully real in that game to the point where movement can be changed as distance. So like the base of the tentacles were moving at like 0.0001 meters per second. So nothing. Essentially, you can't even see them moving. The tips of those moving in over 50 million kilometers per millisecond. That's just whipping at crazy speeds. The unfortunate side effect of those, at those speeds, the game can't handle that for the armor blocks, and the armor blocks just go pop and disappear. They just break. There's no debris, no nothing left. It's just gone. So like more than once, we were activating it, and an entire tentacle would just vanish. No longer exists. Right. So it took us about a month of programming to get it so that as it adjusted the inner ones, it would reduce the speed of the outer ones. So it was slowly closing. The thing is, it took almost a day to encompass the entire planet. A full 24-hour day. So it took us a total of, I would say, about 35 days to complete the project and initiate it and test it out. And then we never did anything with it ever again.
Yeah, I'd go fucking nuts.
It was such a pain in the ass. I was like, I hated this. Every bit of this sucked. But we were determined to get it done. We're like, we need to do this. I have built other ships that were also ridiculous. So another space-based game is called EVE Online. Heard of that? Maybe not. EVE Online is another space game. But this one's it's mostly spreadsheet. It is a player-built universe. So like anything you do in the game affects the universe in its entirety forever. Also, it's a real its economy isn't like the in-game economy isn't a fake economy. It has real world value. And I'm not talking a small amount. So the game is one of those games that you have things that build take real time. So I played the game for like a couple of months just to try it out. It had a free version of it. The smallest ship you can build, which is like a small freighter, it has enough storage space for like 1 ton of material, and it can only go so fast, and it's got X amount of thrusters on it. It's a lot of bullshit, hooey shit. That one ship took 7 weeks to build. Because I had to wait. Once you got all the materials in it, which wasn't really that hard, I had mined those materials in like 2 days. Put all the materials into it, started the process, and I was like, I looked at the timer, I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, okay, that's probably like accelerated or something, like, you know, in-game time kind of thing. I came back like an hour and a half later, look at the time, thinking like it's gonna be like I have like 20 minutes left or something like that. And only an hour and a half actually passed, and I was like, oh, what? I'm like, oh no. So yeah. I played for a little while. I upgraded my ship twice. The second time was almost a year build time. That's ridiculous. All to play a video game. Now it's monetized, so you can pay to do things, but it's only to buy resources. You can't accelerate the time. So there's several different classifications of ship in that game. The smallest being like little micro freighters, no more bigger than like a large SUV almost. It's pretty small. They have large freighters, medium freighters. Most of those range in size from the size of a Boeing to the size of, like I said, a large SUV. And then they have cruisers, which are, I don't even know what to reference them to. They're big, but they're not like ridiculous. I would say they're close to like our battleship size. That's a big ship. Man, that's huge. That's a big step up. There's
Yeah.
fighters, which are also fairly small. There's like the size of cars. They zip around like crazy. Then there's heavy battle cruisers, which are like double the size of our battleships. They're massive. There are warships that are like the size of a moon. Holy crap! The size jumps are insane, and the amount of time take to build these things is ridiculous. So like the heavy cruisers and stuff that are just like the size of a moon, those take like 6 years to build.
Oh, damn.
Right? You got to devote real lifetime to this stuff. The biggest ships in the game, they're called Titan class ships. They are planet destroyers. They are big enough to decimate entire galaxies if necessary. The thing is, the amount of time plus real world money you have to put into it, because you can't not spend money on this thing. You have to pay into it. Because some of the materials you have to buy. You can't mine them. They're not out there to mine. So in the game, real world money cost for that ship, for the first one ever built in the game, there was a big, like, several huge factions were warring with each other. Big space fight going on, thousands of ships battling each other. I think they're fighting over a planet. There was some really good resources on, so it's what standard wars start for. And I guess some faction was building a Titan class ship and no one knew about it. They were way off in the middle of nowhere in the universe, and no one knew they were there. So they just had this unlimited time to work on this thing. The ship cost almost $10 million to build. Someone in a game spends $10 million to build a virtual ship that takes almost 7 years to build. They are Titan class ships, so in game you have one of those, you can rule the galaxy. So this huge battle was going on. They had just warped in with these massive amounts of battleships. There's easily like $50 million worth of ships out there fighting each other, blowing up and decimating each other for some resources. And all of a sudden, a massive Titan class ship warps into the middle of the battle, fires its main cannon, wiping out 95% of all the forces on the field, and then disappears.
God damn.
It's like, oh my god. I was like, that was, as much as that cost that much money, I was like, that would have been worth it just for that moment. Just to be able to do that, to be like, pop into this battle and be like, boom, $50 million worth of damage instantly. And they destroyed the planet. They weren't firing at the battle. They were destroying the planet.
Well, what?
The crazy thing is, like I said, when you do stuff like that in the game, that's permanent. What you just did altered the entire solar system. All those dead ships are actually there. They don't go anywhere. They stay where they are. So you can actually, scavengers can go out there and mine your dead ship for parts. So after that happened, there's a huge ship graveyard and a dead planet. But that Titan class ship was the style ship I decided to build by myself. Now, mind you, I didn't do this with mining and stuff. I did this in creative mode because screw that crap. The vessel was simple, but not simple. It was a carrier class ship, so it didn't actually have any major weapons on board, save for one. I built a gravity cannon in the center of it. It took me months to figure out how to get the gravity devices to work the way I wanted, but once I got it, it fires a 20-ton heavy armor spike, and it fires it. So in-game speeds they're capped at 100 meters per second for your ships. Can't go any faster than that. So there's a speed limit, but for objects that are moving via gravity, there's no speed limit. That rod that I fires at 50,000 kilometers a second. Whatever it hits just disappears. It just vanishes. And if it's big enough, it just leaves this monster hole in it. So I built that ship. That was its only main weapon, and it's for long-range sniping, essentially. It takes almost 10 hours for that to reload, because it's got to build a new rod inside itself. It takes up like a third of the ship's length just to build that thing. But the ship is a carrier, so when it flies around normally, it's quite small. It's compressed. When it's time to go to war and start loading full of ships, it expands itself and almost quadruples in size. It can carry 100,000 fighters on board.
Damn.
And with some of the updates they put into the game, they now have AI drones. You just attach the block to that one vessel and set its defense range for your ship, and you can launch them whenever you want, and they will find the enemy and destroy them. So now you don't need a huge crew to pilot your giant ship. You need one person. The only other ship that I built by myself had 0 weapons on board. We had mods at this point. The mod was a type of thruster that we used. You ever watch Star Trek?
No. I'm just
Damn.
never really into this space
I'm old. So their energy source in Star Trek is called deuterium. That's what they use for this thruster type or whatever. It's a deuterium thruster. The mod allows for the normal thruster setup is you got small and large thrusters. That's it. There's no other variations. This mod, yeah, small, medium, large, extra large, and Titan class. I put one Titan class thruster on the rear of this thing, and it can accelerate the whole ship, which was the reason it had no weapons is because it was a giant blade. It was meant to be, you aim it in the direction you want and fire that thruster. It has 300 layers of the heaviest armor in the game, so most things can't even penetrate it. We loaded into a server, and it was a war server, so they had like constant battles. Essentially, they would load in whatever ship they wanted and fight. So they spawn the ship in, they don't build it. They just like pick your ship, your mods, boom, go. So I loaded my ship in, and I loaded it in crazy far away. So far away you can't even see the battle going. And they're like, "Why'd you go that far away?" The admins of the thing watching, they're like, "Why'd you go way out there?" I'm like, "You'll see. I have a reason." I found on the map specifically where the battle was going on, aimed my ship at it, and fired the thruster. Even in game, the thruster speed limit is modified with that thruster. That giant thruster, 0 to 10,000 meters a second in half a second. You're just there, boom, moving that speed. So I aimed at the biggest vessel I could find and launched myself at it, impaling that vessel clear through it, just right through that thing. Everyone that was in that battle was like, "Oh, geez, that was terrifying." That ship just got decimated by something that we didn't expect. A sword. And the thing is, like, they started attacking me right away because, well, now I'm lodged in another vessel. But those several layers thick of armor are so thick that they're sitting there focusing their firing on the thinnest part of my armor, making next to no headway with the most powerful weapons they have. And all I'm doing is still thrusting forward, pushing through this shit. It's like what is that? Porcupine needles when they go into your skin.
Yeah.
They actually keep moving in further and further and further. That's what I was doing. Same thing. I just pushing because like the blade shape was bigger the further back you went, so it tapered out. By the time I pierced through him, I had sliced him clear in half. And so now there's again a floating ship dead in that space zone. So pulled away, flew away real fast, turned myself around, which takes a while. Minimal movement thrusters because I just aim myself and then go. I did that 3 more times before they finally stopped me, and they stopped me by they all joined forces. Both enemy teams were like, "No, we gotta deal with that." It took them 3 hours to destroy that ship,
Jesus.
and the only reason they succeeded is because they somehow destroyed my breath thruster. So I lost all my forward momentum. I had very little forward momentum at that point. I had like 3 or 4 small thrusters that were just barely able to get this thing to move. I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's the end of me right there." Like it's like taking the tracks off of a tank. I'm dead in the water.
You knew her at that point.
I still won, technically. I had a failsafe.
Whatever works.
About 10,000 dark matter bombs on board. The trigger was simple. It's when they breach the last layer of armor. Any point of the ship gets it. And any point of the ship gets breached in that final layer of armor, they all detonate instantly, wiping out the entire map, planets and all. It's funny as hell because they thought, "Oh my god, we destroyed them. We're gonna get them," and then there's just nothing. Even the admins are like, "Whoa, was not expecting that." Like, we gotta reload the whole server now because there are no planets left. I'm maniacal. I'm like, "You've beaten me. Oh no." Joke's on you, Marty Dobb. That might be a little crazy.
A little?
Oh, okay, maybe really crazy, but you know.
It's okay, me too. We both got some screws loose.
It's necessary in this world at this point.
You know what? There's people that have no screws at all.
Gotta be a little psycho to survive. I identify heavily with the Jim Carrey Grinch. I'm crazy. I'm a psycho.
Jeez.
Yeah, time for some Slurricane. Ooh, excuse me. Grab us another tune. Jaw jacking about random. Oh, my lungs are still fucked. I need to slow down at some point.
No.
Into next year.
That's just your lungs screaming for more.
I mean, I know it is. I mean, I'm tempted to wait another 9 minutes to smoke though,
What? Why 9 minutes?
because then it'll be 4:20 a.m.
Yeah, it's 6:11 for me.
Well, how about you pop one now and then one?
I Sounds
I got you there.
Some Cosmic Fox.
By the time it takes me back, might be able
Here's what I do. I drop that one in there. I'm gonna put the whole rig down for a second.
to.
Open up my grape cream cake and grab another one right away. So it's already on the tool, ready to go. Did say this is the New Year's after party, so I've got to work tomorrow, so I don't care.
Ice rink and working on those gasoline cans. Or maybe just doing sleeping. I'm gonna give you one. You're gonna know.
That's not how oxygen's supposed to work. You need to breathe in and out.
I told you what else.
As upright as possible.
Put your hands over your head.
Oh yeah, music.
If you put your hands over your head, you catch your breath easier.
It's actually better this way. So over your head actually closes your lungs up. You're actually better off locking your hands behind your head and putting your elbows out as far as you can. That pulls your lungs this way, stretching your lungs out and open more.
Honestly, I can't even see.
That one was taught to me by a doctor because I have asthma. So
Your hands are over your head.
essentially, yeah. You put them up here too if you want, I guess. I just generally go to the back of the head. It just works better for me. Oh, it's half my lights are. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Right, Googa Mooga. Four minutes. 4 minutes to get my lungs right for the next one.
You got this. I believe in
I just gotta blow my nose one more time and I'll be okay.
you.
Oh, got them dab sweats. And there's a big, beautiful one sitting right there, ready to go. Should probably find a song. Yeah, you may end up getting booted, but don't leave. I can just bring it right back up. Never mind. Okay, cool. I was switching my banners so I can grab a different song. Don't work. I just gotta force that crap out my lungs. And I'm one of the gross ones. That up goes right back down. I don't got a spit bucket or jar. It's right here, right in my spit bucket.
I used to have so many of those.
People are like, oh, how do you not get sick to your stomach? I'm like, what do you mean? It's part of your body. It's just mucus from smoking. But that's my asthma. At least my type of asthma. I all got swelling or like constriction in my throat when I have asthma. It's fluid buildup. Because I have an overactive sinus.
Oh, fuck, that's good.
1 minute.
I want to take one of them. I suppose I can. What the fuck did I do? Oh shit. Yeah, you can get pack 2. And
Happy first 420 of the year.
yes, sir.
I never see the lights out. They got me overdrive. Fancy on a fast car. This is how you make me feel. Don't stress me now. I got the other dose. I'm feeling it in my bones. And if you said it, I'm lying to you. You said it's killing me. I wish I could fall asleep. The problem is you.
Oh, fuck. Ooh, smoke belch. I figure since that was the first 421, I better make it a damn good one.
Sounds like you sure did.
Blow my nose again. Still some smoke in there. About to go grab my other lemonade. I'm out of drink. That's a problem. Pretty colors.
I miss my room up in Plaster Rock. It used to look like that.
These are just like the stupid like remote control LED lights.
Yeah.
Originally, the lights that are hanging in front of me that are just like dangling. I'm gonna bring one up on stage, so it's gonna blast. So it just looks like a strip. Backside of it. This was in a mason jar with a battery built into it. So it was a portable light source that was, rechargeable. Has like, I don't know how many settings.
If all my shit wasn't unplugged right now, I'd show you my LED lights. I used to have a fuck ton of them in my room.
There are 27 different button settings. So there's an up down for speed. There's brightness. You can change to pure white or like the fluorescent style white. It can just go direct color selection through all the rainbow. It has the standard RGB color, and then it's got the how many is it? The 8 set, and then I want to say that's 16 sets, so the full color spectrum or whatever. But those are just like this. You can click them onto them, and then you can set like one of the base settings to them, and it'll kind of run that program for the whatever, like the jumping lights or the fading lights or whatever. They have a building thing. It's pretty cool what it can do.
One of mine.
The one for the holidays.
Oh, okay. What?
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
No, that was it.
I got 2 LED strips right now. One of them is just like a normal dollar store LED strip, and then the other one beats to music.
Yeah, that's what these ones do.
And then I got a disco light that beats to music too.
Nice. The lights that I got were the I think they're not even that expensive. They're like $7 at Walmart.
Yeah, I usually got mine on Temu.
They don't have them anymore though. Now all of them don't have. So like the ones I have are the ones with the the stupid little like cheapy plastic remote. They don't do these ones anymore. All of them now use an app. An app requires internet.
Yeah, mine.
The
Mine's
lights.
Flash rock. My old ones used to do that. I had an app on my
I'm like,
phone.
I hated that. I'm like,
I even had a light
like
bulb that did that.
no, the thing is, like, it does have a built-in remote, but it's one button. There's
Yeah.
27 bloody fucking settings on this thing, and you have to double-click for every single one of them. Oh my god!
I'll wait until you get.
But the thing is, it can't reduce, it can't increase or decrease the speed, and you can't decrease or increase the brightness. You can just change colors and what they do.
Hey,
I was like,
just wait until you get 3 or 4 light sets, and you go to turn one on, and the other one turns off. And then you go to turn that
oh
one
yeah,
back.
I have that right here actually. I'm just gonna turn the lights off temporarily.
I gotta like perfectly match my fucking like I gotta memorize which button on my LED like remote
So
will be the right one. Oh, that's
I built
one
this.
straight at that.
I built this thing. It's
That's-
it's made of wood. It's got a built-in battery right here. The battery can last for up to 14 hours on any setting on this thing. So it's got a charge card coming straight out of it. You could push it in there, and it's retractable. This was the prototype. What did I do with the? So I have that, but then this was the lights that was in the jar. So I would have both of them going, and like you said, I would hit the power off for one because I didn't want it on, but I wanted the other on. But I was like, oh crap. So I mean, like, it's got the Christmas. There we go. So it's yeah, now big change.
Honestly, you can never win with LED lights.
And you got sound. So now every time I talk, it's gonna react with me.
Yeah, mine do that
Actually,
too.
it's very reactive. And then you got the jump, fade, build. This one's actually one of the cooler ones. It sends each color all the way along the length of the light.
Okay, mine don't do that.
And you can increase and decrease the speed of that too. So it becomes like a lightning.
My favorite one is the one I have it on like a slow fade, and it like both my LED strips like match up to the perfect, like passing it along pretty well. Yeah, and she likes the orange color when they're both on together. I'm not gonna lie, it is a pretty cool color.
It's like a sunset.
Yeah, like sunset.
And you could switch directions on it. So the lights are going that way. Now you can flip them. Each of these settings have that. That was like an auto setting. It kind of does stuff. I think. I've never really used it because I don't know what it does. I don't know what it is. And then you got a timer, 4 hours or 8 hours. So it'll just continue like that for 8 hours. The pulsing setting, this always is the full spectrum. Is that everything? Oh, and you can do soft white or bright white.
Yeah.
And you can increase and decrease the brightness of it. I usually just stay with the mid spectrum and do the this. And then what I do is I'll slow this one down. So it's real slow. And then I'll turn this one on. It's low enough away that I can put the remote below me. So now, this one, I increase the speed on. Right about there, about halfway up. And then I'll switch the camera back now. Oops, that's not what I want to do.
I like having all my lights going at once.
Sam. When I got you here, I just click these off right here. Then you get this dual light effect because this one's slightly faster than this one. So occasionally they'll match up with each other, but then they get this one side of me be one color and the other side be another.
Mine did that too, but there's a couple of videos, like Toke videos that I had, where in the background you can see the lights perfectly match each other.
Yep. I had it set up in. I used to live in an RV.
That's what I'm in right now.
Okay, so yeah, I lived in a '76 Winnebago Brave. And then with a
I'll tell you what this one is. It's not bad though.
the vehicle was a piece of crap, unfortunately, and I was also a little hasty to move into it. So like, the idea was I was buying the RV from my brother for $1,000. I ended up only paying $500, and he was cool with that, which was awesome. So I couldn't afford much more. And it was so I could move out of I was living with my mother. It was so I could move out of her place so she could retire and sell the house.
Yeah.
It was for her benefit, but I was too eager to jump out right away because I was like, let's get you retired quickly. Idiot. She didn't sell for like another almost year. I could have left it parked in the driveway for 6 months of that year. The winter months, because that's when I'd have to be inside because that thing doesn't have good heat. So the issues that I should have addressed before I moved out with it was the biggest one. I did not have a toilet. It had a bathroom, but the toilet just was not there. I don't know, something was broken or they removed it. I don't know what. That was one of the biggest problems. The second, and technically really the biggest problem, was the roof was damaged. It was up front, so I didn't have to worry about any leakage in the back. I fixed that right away because the windows were leaking. So I fixed that pretty easily. I just caulked it up. That's all it took. But I didn't check the roof because it looked fine from where I was standing. I thought I could see it well. It was not. It's middle summer. I was living in a parking lot. Because I don't have my own place. I didn't have my own place to park it, I guess. And the storm came in. It was a big one. I love storms, so I was like, "Oh fuck, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna sleep real good tonight." I'm sleeping, and all of a sudden I hear this just like thundering sound. Like it's not like thunder either. It's like a waterfall, straight up. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I wake up and I roll over. And obviously, I check myself because I'm like, "What the fuck is there leaking here?" Or something. I'm looking around and I'm like, "What the fuck? I'm dry. What the hell?" And I look over down to the front of the RV, and there's a literal waterfall coming off the retractable upper bunk above the driver's seat.
Jesus.
I'm like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?" So I get up and I'm trying to find a way to stem the waterfall, and I figured out really quickly where it was coming in. So I just I had a bunch of like really heavy duty plastic tarping for paintwork for some reason. So I literally laid that on a bed and made a tunnel to go out. I had a broken window anyways. I just piped it out that window, and I was able to mostly remove the water. the next time we had a dry day, which was not until another month, it rained almost every single day. That sucked. So I had to deal with that for that long. I just left it like that, just let it tunnel out. I had no other way to stop it. Before I even could fix it, I already gotten what I needed. I had bought tar, essentially. It's meant for the tops of
roofing tile.
like it's roofing, so it's metallic. When it dries, it looks like a mirror.
Oh, nice.
It's cool, actually. So I was like, I wasn't sure how much I needed, so I bought like the mid-sized jug, which was like, I think it was 5 or 10 gallons. It was a pretty big thing. I got it. I left it alone for a long time because obviously I couldn't use it. And there was finally a day. It was 95 degrees out, clear, perfect day. I borrowed a ladder from someone. I got up on top of that roof, got the thing, I mixed it all up by hand. Oh my god! You want to talk about hard? It took me an hour and a half to mix that thing up with a paint mixing stick, which is really flimsy,
Yeah.
and that stuff is really like you have to really pry on it. So somehow with that little tiny thing, I was able to get it mixed up. I was literally just stabbing it like real hard, fast. And then the bottom was a thick layer of the metallic stuff, so I had to scoop that up a little at a time until I could feel that there was nothing left on the bottom. It, like I said, hour and a half to mix it. But once it was done, I got up on that ladder, and I was taking the bucket and I just dumping it. It said it covered, essentially, it should cover my entire roof twice. So I was hoping to get it like a 1/4 inch thick, if I could. And that was not too hard because the whole roof had a slight taper in because I think a tree limb fell on it. So it kind of had a nice divot in it. So it just kind of filled that divot all the way flat. And it was too perfect. But up front, where the real damage was, because all the way in back, it was fine. There was no actual break. Real damage was up front. There was this huge divot, like a good 2 inches deep, where I'm guessing a knot slammed into. So it thankfully was just enough to fill that all the way up. It took another 3 days for that to set. It did leak into the RV, which is exactly what I was hoping it would do, because it sealed all that stuff inside. Then I used the remainder of whatever I could get out of it to seal like all the light fixtures and stuff because I could see they're loose. Any holes I could find, I just patched it with that. And literally, the next time it rained was right after it was done curing. I was literally on pins and needles. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. And it was one of those storms, like it hit hard and fast. So like the rain, it sounded like a waterfall hit the RV. The whole RV moved a little. So I was like, Jesus. And I'm sitting there waiting, listening for anything leaking inside, and I'm like, I don't hear any leaks. I got up and walked around and looked and touching things. I'm like, everything's dry. Oh my god, I did it. So I had a moment of joy. But that sucked that I had to do that in a parking lot. I was in a hotel parking lot. Pouring tar. It's crazy. I didn't put any tarps down to protect their parking lot. Guess how much I got on the parking lot?
None.
Exactly. Not a drop. It's funny, it's like I did eventually get kicked out of there. The RV wasn't registered yet. I was waiting on the title. And I was waiting on the plates because they're coming in the mail. But I was waiting and it just weren't coming. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I had no choice but to drive it because it was my home. So eventually, someone called the cops because there's an unlicensed or unregistered vehicle in a parking lot. That's not allowed in the town that I'm in. I'm like, what the hell? So like I explained to them that I have it fully registered to my name. I gave them my name, showed them the VIN, and they looked it up, and I'm like, oh, well, he is. I mean, why are your license plates? I'm like, I've been waiting for them in the mail. I've been checking them every single day, calling the person that I have the mail going to. I'm homeless. And they're like, well, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I've been checking. They say it went out to the address, and I never heard anything about it. So they looked it up for me, and they're like, oh, it did get sent to an address. And they showed me the address, and I was like,
Wrong one.
I looked it up, and I was like, it's the wrong address. So the address that I did was literally just a block away.
Fuck.
There's like a number difference. So they apparently whoever got it, they saw that it was a license plate, and they're a good person, and they just returned it. So went back to the DMV. So the DMV then was holding it until I either picked it up or changed the address to the correct address. So the police department was like, hey, we're going to do you a little favor here. We're going to contact the DMV and let them know your address has changed to the correct address. And but you still got to move the vehicle because you're not technically registered, and we just can't have you here. And I'm like, okay, give me like an hour because this thing's a pain in the ass to start. I had to literally pull a generator out because that was one of the other problems. There was a short somewhere in that thing. So it drained the batteries. You had 3 days of power without a generator. And I'm not talking power to run lights and to, play on your TV and all that stuff. No, it's 3 days with nothing running before that battery just dies. Thing is, I know what the short was. I just didn't know how to fix it. I was an idiot. And you know how the old RVs had just like that metal bulb end they stick into the thing? I got them at Walmart, and I'm like, hey, holy crap, they had them. I got them back there, and I realized they were two-phase. And I was like, oh, crap. And I was like, I can't go back because I don't have, like, I threw the receiver right away. Like a dumbass. So I'm like, fuck. I was parked in Walmart's parking lot, too.
Oh, fun.
So I'm like, okay, well, that sucks. So I decided to try and make it myself. So I knew of a way to do it. You literally take a piece of foil and you wrap it over the two nodes and over the back end, and you pop it into the thing, and it essentially completes that circuit. Well, I did that, and unfortunately, I didn't tape it on like you're supposed to, and it literally went and shorted because the foil touched where it shouldn't have. So I knew the short was in that light somewhere because like from there all the way back to the RV, no power for the lights at least.
Jesus.
The outlet still worked, thankfully, but but either way, I couldn't run anything anyways because of that stupid short. So I would sit for a day and I'd have to drive back to where I worked because it's the only place I parked and pull my generator out without getting in trouble. Because I didn't have the original generator in it, so I couldn't just like start it. I had just like a 3,000 watt generator, and that was nowhere near enough for this thing. Plus, I couldn't even like, plug it in because the plug that the RV has is too old. It doesn't fit, and I didn't know how to refit a new one on it. So I was like, I don't want to fuck with that. There's too much power going through that. So I was just using the standard outlet to charge the batteries. That was it. I was just running it to charge the batteries on the RV. And I mean, it worked, but you couldn't do much else. Like when it was plugged in, you could run the outlets and like run your normal devices, but once you're unplugged, you can't do that anymore. It actually won't even let you. Nothing with power on. So it sucked. I had no power, no toilet. Big problem. But both could be dealt with. I ended up buying a portable camp toilet. It has a 3-gallon holding tank and a 5-gallon. No, it's got a 5-gallon holding tank and a 3-gallon water tank. It can flush. It closes, seals up, so you can't smell nothing. It lasts for about a week of constant use. Then you have to empty it. Also not hard. There's lots of places that you can empty those at. Problem was, the other big problem with the RV, the engine. The engine was in not great shape. So much so that its gas mileage, I knew those things didn't get gas mileage with a damn anyways. Average is like 10 miles per gallon at best. And it had a big block V8 in it that didn't run good. There was something wrong with the carb, and it was drinking more fuel than it should. Sitting still, I hooked up just a 1-gallon jug of gasoline, stuck it in there, gravity fed. That jug I could physically watch. Right as I started, the jug just went. It starts drinking. I'm like, oh my god! In less than a minute, it drank the entire gallon. I'm like, that's not good. And it was running, and it was running good for the most part. It was just like you feel that I was not liking it. It's a little shaky. So I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. And it wasn't misfiring. It was just not one of the valves was stuck open, so it was just chugging it.
Oh, that's not fun.
So like, fuck, sucks. But I was able to get it running and driving. So the problem with that was that gas mileage was horrifying. So it had 2 100-gallon tanks on board. I filled one 100 tank once. I would have said it cost me about $250 to fill that thing. That was like half my paycheck. I was like, oh my god. But I was like, okay, well, I can fill it all the way up. And that should last me like at least until my next paycheck for moving just once or twice. Because I only had to move like every 2 to 3 days. Just, to appease the police and the people. So I figured, okay, well, that should be fine. I could have plenty of time, more than enough gas. As long as I make sure to charge my vehicle wherever I could plug into a main power instead of a generator, I would do so. I had an adapter for that. I could just plug into that's how it's plugging into the generator. I had like an adapter to go to a standard plug.
Yeah, like a power inverter.
Essentially, yeah. Actually, I would have been smart, but no, it was just literally. So the big old plug, it was just like this little tiny. It's a plug. You just plug it into that, and then it's got a standard plug on it. So you literally plug it right into the wall of a house. It's stupid ridiculous, but either way, that's what I was using, and I had a long extension cord going into a building.
Yeah, that's how we run our campers plugged right into the house.
Yep. But yeah, so if I didn't plug it in, I'd die in 3 days. So when I was parked at work, I usually had to park there at least 1 to 2 times a week anyways, because I had to stay over the night to cook because I was a pit master. So I had to monitor that pit and make sure it cooked right. Especially when doing brisket. Oh man, you gotta watch that thing all night long. You gotta baby that bitch. So like I had a place to go anyways, so I'd plug in there and charge the entire time I was there, and be able to, I had access to a bathroom then that was normal. Showering was fun because I didn't have any plumbing set up. I had left it empty because I didn't know how it functioned. I didn't want any leaks coming from that. So I found a way to shower, and I did cut the pipe to the drain, so it just went straight out of the vehicle. So that was allowed me to shower even when it was freezing. The problem was obviously, no running power or water. So I ended up buying one of those portable camp shower bag things. It's like 3 gallons of water. You hang it out in the sun and it heats up. So instead of hanging out in the sun,
So why didn't you ever go to a truck stop?
yeah, I discovered that later on. Dumbass. I was like, oh, that would have been nice, but that also would have required driving more. And like I said, $250 for one tank. And this is back when the gas prices were actually kind of more elevated, so they're closer to like $3 a gallon. Ugh. That hurt. That hurt so bad, especially since I was making like $450 a week. It just hurts so bad. I was like, oh my god! Like there went half my expenses for the week. Bang, gone.
That's so hard to fucking.
But again, I thought that would be plenty of gas because that was 100 gallons of gas. That's a lot of gas. So I'm like, okay, sure, that should be enough. You know, if I'm only going to like the Walmart parking lot and to work and parking there to charge, that should be fine. It should be fine. Moving it literally like maybe twice a week. Okay. Work and Walmart are about 8 miles apart.
I used to work at Walmart.
So the Walmart parking lot and work were about 8 miles apart. This RV, gas mileage, if you're going downhill, you're getting about 4 miles per gallon coasting. That's scary. If you're going uphill and you have to throttle it, it makes me want to vomit.
I was gonna say I don't even think I want to know.
If you're lucky, 2 gallons per mile. If it's a steep hill, you're talking 5 gallons per mile. It would do it, but it would struggling. Your foot's all over the floor and you're barely going. If you're on level ground, and it did have you could just barely touch the gas and get a little bit of throttle out of it. If you're just doing that to maintain speed, and it did that pretty well, you get about 2.5 to 3 gallons per mile. Or miles per gallon. So you'd be a little okay. So again, I was like, oh well, this should be fine. No, it was not. It was not. I had to fill up halfway through the week. I'm like, how did that fucking happen? And I was like, oh god, I realized what happened. I had parked at the Walmart parking lot, and you could run the engine to charge the batteries. I ran it for 2 hours.
No.
That was half of the tank.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, oh no, I fucked up. I fucked up so hard. And that was thankfully back when the gas gauge still worked.
Well,
That gas gauge broke. That was fun. Then I carried an extra 5 gallons with me always. Cause fuck that shit. I had to have it towed once. That sucked. It would stall too randomly. You pull up to a stoplight and you come to stop and have to. But why? And it's old. It doesn't like to restart. So you're sitting there. Are you serious right now? So I shut it off. And I called my mother up because I was like, she's the closest person I get to. I'm like, oh, what the hell to do? RV's not starting. I'm in the middle of an intersection. So literally, I was dead in the middle of an intersection. And literally, I'm about to call a tow truck. And Mom's like, try it one more time. I'm like, it's dead. It's got no power. Like, I literally see the light. Like, I turned on one of the lights real quick. And it was like, there's this faint glow in the halogen light. I'm like, it's not going to start. And she's like, just try it. I'm like, fine, whatever. So I get over there, pop the engine cowl off because you need some ether to get the thing going. So spray some ether directly into the fucking car. I'm like, all right, whatever. Here we go. I got the screwdriver in there to keep the thing open because it doesn't stay open right. Then turn the key. I'm like, oh shit! What? Okay.
Mom's always known right.
Mom's a witch.
Instinct.
My mom is a witch. She cast some spells or something because it started. I was like, oh my god, it started. And literally, as I started it, a cop pulled up alongside me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Engine stalled," and then it would start, and it just started. He was like, "All right, cool, yeah." I'm like, God. And then the crazy thing is, its exhaust system was fucked.
Huh.
Bad, dude. Like, and not in the way like down the line where it's fucked. The bolts on the head broke, and it was separated right from the engine, so it was shooting fire outside of the engine.
Oh fuck! It right at the Cadillac converted pretty well.
And you want to talk about loud? Holy crap! So, place I worked before was a barbecue joint, and they had a really big parking lot. We ended up coupling up with a car club, and they wanted to do a car show at our place, and I just happened to be parked there at that time because obviously I was cooking for it. And like, I got jealous because we had like a quarter-mile stretch of road that was just like, it was a dead-end road, and these super end sports cars and stuff were doing runs down it, going like 100 miles per hour. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so sexy. I'm so jealous right now. Thing is, because of that exhaust being broken, that thing sounded like an alcohol-fueled dragster. It was not quiet. It would make your bones rattle.
Fucking
so I didn't care about gas mileage at the time. I was like, fuck it, let's do this. I got the thing started, and the crazy thing is, while they're all doing this thing, they're all parked on one side of the building. I'm starting this thing up, so it finally kicks over, and one of the people leans around the building and is looking at the RV, but doesn't realize it's not the RV. He thinks it's something beyond the RV that's big and powerful. And he's looking and he's like, what? And he doesn't see it. So like, okay, what is this thing? So he turns around, goes back, and it dies because it's old. I tried to put it in gear, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Put it back into gear, plug it back in quick. Revving the thing up. You can get it warmed up again. Close the engine cowl quick, and wait a moment, and just gently hit that throttle and put it in gear. I gotta start moving. I'm like, here we go. Pull around the corner, and the guy that looked at me looked up, and he was like, oh my god. You at least see him say it because you couldn't hear anything. I pulled around the corner, and I stopped, mostly because a guy literally jumped out in front of me, pulled out his camera. I felt ridiculous because this thing's got covered in duct tape, and it looks ratty as fuck. So, I guess rat rod. So I stopped, put it in neutral, and revved it up. Because in neutral, you can rev it all the way up. I didn't have a problem with that. I just made that thing roar. And I literally watched almost everyone there that was wearing earmuffs for the sake of other loud cars. Were like, oh, jeez. Alcohol-fueled dragster. Also, because the engine cowl essentially creates a nose cone, and funnels all the sound that way. So they're in front of a big megaphone.
Gee.
I'm pretty sure I made people go deaf. Funny enough, right after I had done that, they're like, "Man, dude, you gotta do a run. You gotta do a run." And I'm like, "I want to. I really do. But I highly doubt this thing can do that because I've tried to accelerate hard from a stop with that thing because there was something wrong with the mechanisms. When you do that, it just it didn't want to go. So you had to like kind of gently ease and stuff to get it moving. So I couldn't stand on a brake and just hit the throttle and rev it up. It would just kill the engine. So I tried a little bit, and it initially kind of seemed to, and then it just died. It almost died. I was like, "Oh no, okay, that's not gonna work." Tried it one more time, still did the same thing. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work." So and then accelerated up. I got up to about 15 miles per hour, and then I could give it, give it a good roar. I couldn't do a full run because it would burn that motor out probably.
Oh yeah, probably.
So I gave it a little good rip, and then I pulled back into the lot.
Right too. Within the right too.
Gave him one or two more quick good revs. I knew I was gonna be out of gas by the time I parked. I parked it, and then after I parked like not in my normal spot. I parked on the side where they were all parked because they wanted me to park there. They asked me to join the car club, and I'm like, I was like, I'm flattered, but like, I don't feel if this thing ran better and looked the way I would like it to look, because I had a plan for it. Then yes, definitely. But as it is now, it's a rat rod in all the wrong ways. But one guy offered to buy it, and I was like, yeah, it's my house. And he was like, oh, well, if you want to sell it, and I was like, huh? At least I have a potential buyer. He offered me $1,000 for it. I was like, cool.
I think we're gonna attempt to rebuild this one.
I'll be right back. I need some liquids. Ugh, my knees.
Sounds good.
Oh, crunchy knees. Alrighty. Got my drink. That's my TV did. I ended up disconnecting from my phone. Oh, well. But yeah. Oh, that's so much better. So that thing ran like shit, but I did have a plan for it. And like, I was trying to save up some money so I could buy a tiny piece of land. I had found a lot that was really close by that was like $1,000 for the lot. It was teeny, just barely probably big enough to park the RV on. And it was already a gravel lot. I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. So I was trying to steadily save up just enough for that. Never got there, unfortunately. But if I had gotten to the point where I could park it more permanently and just, I had solar panels that I was going to install, so I would have had stable power. Once those were installed, I was going to start renovating. So I was essentially going to gut and rebuild the interior because it needed anyways. Because it was gross. The way those things were designed are not built for men as big as me. I am 6'6". My head set like that inside the RV no matter what. If I stood up straight, like I could technically stand up straight if I like leaned forward stuff. So like obviously I had to if I walked around. So I kind of always hunched. It was not great for my back. It's my problem on my back's all fucked up now.
6'3" or 6'2".
But so I mean, like you would have fit in the RV. I mean, you would have had about maybe quarter-inch of head clearance, but you would have fit.
Barely fit.
I didn't quite fit. My head had to be cocked or forward. So, like I said, I ended up kind of slouching my whole body because it was just easier than cricking my neck. And that's easy to do nowadays. So, like, that was kind of a problem for me, but it wasn't like I was willing to deal with that. I was like, it's just I deal with that with a lot of things. I'm a giant. But I was gonna gut the interior for the most part. The majority of the design of the interior I was okay with. The bathroom was a little bit small for me. It's literally that's like if I was sitting down on a toilet and my knees are literally against the wall and my back is against the wall. It's tight. So the kitchen design I don't like either. So I was going to plan on removing where the sink is, where it's in front of the bathroom, expanding length of the bathroom. So it's now where that sink is in length. Now it's big enough I can almost lay down in. But like with my back against the wall kind of thing. I could have a tub if I wanted. And I was kind of planning on getting one of those, like, you know, the shower tubs you can open the door on. That was for like elderly. I was gonna see if I can get an old one of those and just use that. So I would have had like a shower and a tub if I wanted. Would have been great.
It'd be cool to put. It'd be nice to put
expanding the bathroom size would have been nice. And then I was gonna move the mini fridge because the one that's on board is propane run. That scares me. So I was like, I'm just gonna have that removed. It doesn't work anyways. So I was like, I'm just gonna remove it, replace it with a modern small one that requires way less power. And put it above below an oven. Like a mini oven and stuff, because I already had a small one. I was going to move that whole small one up and over. And then move the sink that is where the shower and tub thing would be to where the oven is present. So it'd be a slight change up, and I would lose the functionality of the stove, which was not a problem. I didn't like using it anyways. And I was probably going to replace it with more modern camp stove anyways. Something that's a little more efficient. And then that'll allow me to have technically more counter space as well. And then the table was not designed for big people. It's designed for people that were shorter back then. So I was going to remove that stupid drop-down table that's like a bed. And it no longer will be a bed, but it'll be a couch. And it'll be a W-shaped couch. So you'll have essentially a swoop like that. Removes the table, but I was planning on having a secret table in it. So in the center hump area, you grab a handle on it and you pull it out. And you have it's much smaller, but you have a full table, along with hidden compartments that are refrigerated for your smoking supplies, because I'm a smoker. It's gonna be a fucking stoner RV. Like, are you serious? So I got that really cool W shape with a hidden thing, hidden table and storage. The kitchen and stuff will be slightly changed. And then exterior wise, it really wouldn't be a lot different, except I like the Airstream look, but the Winnebagos aren't Airstreams. But they are made of the same material as an Airstream. So I was going to sandblast the exterior clean, fix all the windows up so they all worked right, repair the roof, windows, all that stuff, obviously make everything normal again, and then clear coat the entire thing after stripping the paint off. So it's just bare metal. It'll be this beautiful silver look all the way. incredible lookout on its own. No other things needed. Interior design already done, but interior color scheme was going to be all matte black with high gloss red highlights for all the cabinets and stuff. The walls and ceiling, wherever you can, will be covered in a long hair wolf shag, black with red highlight tufts throughout it on the ceiling, walls, and ceiling walls, essentially. I was going to add a little weight to the RV and put in real mahogany floors. Those weigh a lot. Which is honestly that plus I want to put in like at least a 1/4 inch thick like foam pad, because the exterior insulation there's not. It's just you got the carpet, steel exterior. So in winter, oh, that's cold.
Right.
So the hardwood would also be cold, but with that little foam pad, it'd be better.
Just get a wood stove.
Exactly, and that's actually what I was planning on doing. So where the original gas stove is right next to the master bed or bedroom area, which would actually end up having a door as well, a slide out door, because I like privacy.
Yeah.
And right underneath the main closet, where that's like a shelf next to the bed, and there's a closet door hanging with a mirror. That's right underneath that is where the heater is, where the original gas heater hits. I was planning on removing it and cutting the whole right out the back of it, so right outside the RV where the heater already is, and putting in an external load fireplace. So there's no internal opening. It's just vents that pipe heat through air pipes inside that chamber. You load all your wood from the exterior in a drawer style. So you just slide the thing in and you're going. The chimney will pipe out where you expect it to be up top, facing off towards the back of the vehicle, like an exhaust pipe should. Also running some of that exhaust pipe up through the ceiling, creating a secondary heating source. But so you got that matte black look. All the cushions and bedding will be for the actual bedding itself. I might go with the material that these blankets are going with. If I did, they're like a plush velvet kind of material.
That's what ours. Actually,
so that's what the bedding would be. The actual mattress would be made out of. Would be that material. This thing's got two sides to it, so I'd probably do a flip side, so you could actually flip the mattress over, and you'll have the smoother style fabric instead of the same color. So all a kind of a heavy dark red velvet exterior with like the stitching is black, so you got the black highlights on. And then for that W couch would be the only other spot that has essentially fabric that you want, other than like the driver's seats, would be a velvet, all black all red with black inlaid buttons. So the really thick plush cushions you expect to see in like 60s or 70s style bars. Imagine that. And then along the ceiling edges and down the walls would be these style strip lights that you can control with a remote, all of them on one circuit. I had some of them pre-set up kind of experimentally up front where I did my live streaming. I closed it off. The lights were set up so they'd split in two directions. And
that's funny. Because you want to know something?
That's what you got?
Oh, shit. Right now, my phone stands like right here, out next in front of the TV. But if you move, oh shit, this weed blanket, just over to the side, and you come. behind you. The whole front. I got my Wii. Got my Wii
Yep.
thing in the back, and then along the front you can see where the LED lights go across. And then I got my
Yep.
disco ball. Just all my stuff. Just throwing all.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same way I do.
And
That's
and then
funny. That's what I did.
then the top bunk. Fucking once I get her finished, fixed up. Once I finish fixing it, we're gonna go get cotton and LED strips, and we're gonna put the roof of it as like thunderclouds, like the
Ooh, yes.
DIY thundercloud fucking
That's-
thing.
It's kind of the same effect I was thinking, but like instead of it being thunderclouds, you just have a setting that is the sound setting, and you set it to light blue,
Yeah.
and then you'll get that lightning effect every time the real thunder goes off or you snore. And the whole RV,
Yeah.
light.
Fuck. I don't know. I've always wanted just to live in an RV and drive everywhere. Holy fuck!
If I had got everything all set up and did it right, like I had the time to do it and the money at the time too, I'd probably still be living it, to be honest.
I can't believe we've been on here for 2 hours and 23 minutes. Holy fuck!
Oh man, it's 5 a.m. here.
There's 7:19
5:20.
here.
Holy
That's fucking
shit.
wild.
Well, I think I'm gonna set up another dab and set up the final song for the night and shut her down. So,
Morning.
yeah, for the morning. You're right. I'm so tired. My brain's fried in a good
Oh,
way, I
fuck.
guess.
At least,
I'm gonna
thanks
grab
for
some of
keeping me
these.
sleeping.
But thanks for anyone that commented. Much love. Again, Happy New Year's. And let's get ready and smoke another one.
Right. I just gotta pack hers. I still got mine packed from the last one. Take it.
Take your time. I can wait a moment. I gotta switch to the other banner anyways to get the correct song.
No, but thanks for keeping me company while she was sleeping.
Hell yes. Thanks for coming up too.
I mean, I really had nothing else to do. I was just sitting here playing Xbox or drawing.
It's I was either gonna end up playing video games or probably end up scrolling.
Doom scrolling.
Yeah, pretty much. And actually, it's because I have a TikTok now.
You have TikTok?
It's the same name, DabForge. I only have one video on it, and it's literally of me barefoot stepping in snow.
Nice.
That's it. And literally, it starts off as me looking at the camera, saying, "DabForge here." Said something along the lines of DabForge is now for your entertainment purposes. DabForge is now stepping in the snow, and then I switched the camera to my feet, and in like 7 inches of snow, put my bare feet down into it, and then shuffled my feet around. When I made the video, TikTok, its AI system was active apparently, and it added music.
What?
It added the best possible music. The weather outside is frightful is literally the song I decided to play. As my feet dipped into the snow, I was like, oh my God, that couldn't have been any better timing. What the hell? I'm like, okay, thank you. Like that was perfect. It was already the song I was thinking about putting on it. And the timing too. I was like, okay, that's scary and awesome at the same time. So that's the only video that's posted is me doing that. And it's like 13 seconds long or something like that.
I'm ready to take
It's not a very... And all I did originally was to start this account was to go live with another. It's with my co-host for this, actually. It's for Motherfucking Smoka.
Yeah.
he's got a TikTok. So I was like, oh, I'll just join TikTok again and go live. Well, fortunately, in order to go live video, you have to have 100 followers. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, whatever.
I don't have.
So I just went in. Yeah.
But I use her account if I want to use her account.
But yeah, I wanted to get the 100 followers so I could at least go live and see each other essentially.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well at least I'm gonna try and get to 100 followers. So I just went to the follow list and I just started following everyone I can until it screamed at me to stop.
I'll follow you on my account. I'll follow you on her account.
Last I checked, I'm at 456 followers, and I've had the account for about a week.
I have no idea what I'm at. Probably real low.
I don't know how I got that high up.
People just shooting your camera around.
And the thing is, I'm just like I always follow everyone. The only time I block anyone, so like, so there's only two ways. There's one that's a scammer. I get like a couple a day, and then the other one is sex solicitors.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Day one, not even 8 hours after my first live, because in order to do it, I had to do my own live. I had some woman reach out and be like, "You want to fuck?" Literally just like that. I was like, "Whoa, I have a girlfriend, and you're not my type anyways. You ugly as fuck." And I wish I had said that, but
something ain't right.
I wish I had said that, but I was like, I'm just gonna be the better man and just be like, block, delete. That's it. So whenever those pop up, it's right away they're blocked. I don't even think about it. If I see Telegram, I'm like, nope, block. I don't want to even talk to you because I know what you're doing and you're trying to get sexual shit.
Fuck out of here with your bullshit.
And like I said, I got a girl. I don't need none of that shit. So I'm like, bye. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and follow, I'm not. Like I said, the account was only there really for the sake of going live with my friend. So like,
I added you on Facebook too.
All right, cool. Thank you. I'll be sure to follow you back. But yeah, one of the reasons I'm growing is because I would say I followed a ton of people. I don't even know who the hell they were because I just went into the list and started just following everyone straight down the list, just click as fast as I could. So I don't know who half those people even are. Actually, I don't know how any of those people are.
I feel that.
Not a single one of them. So, like, all seriousness, not a single person on that list that I clicked on. I didn't know who any of them were. I just blind clicked just to get my followers up, which was fine. That worked. It did exactly what I expected. I also posted the one video, which is getting some viewership. But I was actually shocked. I was like, I mean, it was kind of funny too when I looked at it. I can't stop but laugh at it. My ass just stepping in the snow. I'm like, I look like a fucking nutcase. But other than that, the only thing I technically do is while on the friends home section or whatever, where you can see lives and stuff, I'll be scrolling through random lives, and I'll see one that's struggling, like they've been live for 3 hours, and they have like maybe 3 or 4 likes, and
getting there.
They might have a couple of followers. Let's see. So like I'll see those, and I downloaded an auto clicker, and the auto clicker's got an anti-clicker detection system, so it can fool the system. So I have it set to it clicks once every 40 milliseconds.
He actually conversates because he listens when you talk, and you know what I mean.
So you know that heart thing that builds up in TikTok for the clicker thing? that usually by finger takes about, if you're doing it real fast,
I'm gonna say not.
I would say about 4. It's not, my phone doesn't like double clicking. I can only do single. But I'm a gamer, and I can actually clench the entire arm up and vibrate the tip of my finger at a really high rate. It's like 200 clicks a minute or something like that. So I'm vibrating my finger, and it takes like, I would say like 13 to 14 seconds for that bar to fill up. And then it's like, once it's full, if you let go, it's like 80 something likes. It's a lot of likes in like 13 seconds. The auto clicker does that in half a second. You can click it on and then stop it, and it's already at 80 something likes. And because of the anti-detection system, it fools the system into thinking that's a real click.
I tried doing that, but where I have an iPhone now, I can't find a good one, or one that actually fucking works. Or I'm stupid and don't know how to fucking run them.
You have an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, unfortunately, if it were an Android, I'd be able to direct you to one that works. I know for sure.
I might be able to download one off the web, because I've downloaded shit off the web on my phone like that before. It's just
I don't know how well they work, but they sell a clicker device right on TikTok, I guess.
That's wild.
I mean, why not? That's a market in and of itself.
Right.
So, because I found a free one that is on Android, I scroll random lives. And if I'm seeing one that is struggling, I'm a nice person. I don't care who you are, what you're doing, as long as it's not gross. If you're just chilling and hanging out, listening to music, I don't care what the fuck you're doing. You could be in any kind of VR you want to be in, as long as, like I said, you're not being disgusting. Most of the people I see are just kind of sitting there chilling and waiting for anyone to just hang out with them. Yeah. Listen to whatever music they're listening to. So, like, I saw one the other day, just some random VR chat, and it had, in 2 hours, 3 likes, and I think he had some like couple hundred followers, just kind of similar size as me. And I'm like, he's struggling hard. He was trying to hit like, I think like the 5,000 likes mark or something. I'm like, okay. Turn on the clicker device, activate it, and just walk away. I went and did some dishes. Came back in like, I would say like 5 or 10 minutes. And he was at 15,000 likes.
God damn.
And the thing is, they don't register until after I stop. So he was still at his 2 or 3 likes. And then he tripled his goal. And he was like, he was sitting there going, he was doing whatever he was doing. He was doing something. And he freezes and he's like, what the fuck? And I just scrolled away. Went to the next one I could find I was struggling. Once you do that, his algorithm just will explode now.
When he gets 40,000 his reels.
Yeah, he gets all these crazy, now and he's getting crazy views. It registers on a popular.
My brother on YouTube, he used to get like 40,000 views per VR reel and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And he used to do real good with the shit. And I don't know why he ever stopped, really. Well, other than obvious reasons, but he would have been pretty damn good at it. Because he can edit videos real fucking good, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna. But yeah,
I'm gonna fucking learn how to start streaming video games, drawing here soon. Once I can figure out how to get everything set up right, and a decent spot to do it.
When I get my did I tell you guys? I showed you guys what I make, right?
Yeah. Well, you showed me. I don't know if you showed. She might have been sleeping. No, you were 3/4 awake. I asked you if you seen the big ass sword.
Oh no, I'm talking about the stuff that's for why I have the name Dab Forge. It's because of these things.
My bad.
and forged stab tools.
Oh, that's cool. You make those?
Yep. So like this is the standard twist. It goes in one direction, and then I have it's got a dab on it, so I gotta be careful, just because it falls. So it's got
I'll
a
be
mirrored
back for that.
twist.
I get the next one, right?
Right now, I'm actually in the process of getting a workspace. So I've been dealing with vehicle problems, and I live in an apartment complex that doesn't have a garage. If I had a garage, I'd be working. I would have been working months ago.
Fair enough. Fair.
So I work at Five Guys. I don't make a lot of money, so my cash flow is usually pretty crap. My car decided to break in half,
Oh, Jesus.
so I had to replace it. And I went to my buddy because he's always got cheap vehicles, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got an F-150 you can take for $1,000." I'm like, "All right, cool, bet." So I got some help, got $1,000, got the truck. It had a real bad exhaust leak right into the cab, so I was experiencing like dizziness and stuff from it. I thought I experienced CO2 poisoning, but I did not. It was a panic attack caused by the smell of the exhaust. It wasn't bad enough to actually cause that.
Holy shit.
It seemed like it was, but I've been, my anxiety in the last couple of years has been really, really shot. So
Fuck.
I understand.
The way the
world
goes,
has fucked
I
us
don't
all.
blame you.
exactly, my head's all fucked because of the world. But either way, I forgot what I was saying.
Hey, just remember, life's a bitch, then we die, so fuck the world. Let's get high.
Yes. What the hell was I just saying?
You were talking about how you don't have the space to work right now, and you got your truck. You got a truck, and
Like,
the
so
exhaust.
I had to end up getting rid of that truck because I brought it to the mechanic to go get it fixed, the exhaust leak or whatever. And on the way there, it popped the radiator.
Oh,
It blew the whole top of it out. I'm like, oh man. I was like, all right, I don't want this thing anymore. So I called my buddy up. I'm like, hey, do you have another vehicle to trade out for? Because the engine's got the bad exhaust leak into the cab, and it just popped the top of the radiator. I was able to drive it most of the way to his place without any problems, because like if you just touch the throttle and just get into basic acceleration, you're not gunning it, it wouldn't overheat and blow out the top. But the fact that the top is all cracked, I didn't want to deal with that. I wanted to be able to pull the top right out of the engine. It sounded badass. It was fun.
hey, you know you can crack an egg or fuck it. Yeah, you can crack an egg down into your radiator and they'll plug it.
Yep.
And it fucking works.
So, but the problem is
derby tips.
the problem is the crack was visible. It was big. An egg wouldn't do it. It was the whole radiator needed replacement. So I was like, I don't want to have to deal with that. That's already more than I want to deal with.
Yeah.
So I was like, he was like, oh yeah, bring it back. I'll let you trade out. So I traded out for a Cadillac. It was a nicer Cadillac, it was newer, but it had a really bad misfire. The rear right shock lid rotted through the subframe, so his car was squatted, and it had a mild transmission issue.
Front wheel or rear wheel?
All wheel.
Damn. I would have turned that into a great big boat of a derby car. Fuck.
And it was the station wagon Cadillac, and it was all luxury.
That's one
All
car I want a
seats
derby
were heated.
so goddamn bad. That's one car I want a derby so damn bad as a station wagon. I don't know why.
Yeah, it had a 4.4 V8 in it.
Oh damn.
Oh damn right. I was like, and the thing is, like, I popped the hood on that thing. Holy crap! The engine was so big that I had to physically lay on it to change spark plugs.
Oh yeah.
But the engine, I'm used to engines that have spark plugs like this, right?
Say,
All its spark plugs were perfectly vertical.
Now imagine two big ass motherfucking stacks coming out the hood of that. Sorry,
you're gonna make me cream myself. Careful.
Hey, I'm a derby freak. Okay, last year my derby car.
I'm too.
I had a
derbies.
I had a 2004 Suzuki 2008 Suzuki SX4, and it was an all-wheel drive. And I fucking stripped it out and I painted it red and yellow and got little tyke stickers made up. And I fucking strapped the little tykes to the roof of it, threw a teddy bear in the little tykes, and I took it up for prettiest car and I won prettiest car.
That's crazy.
They
That's
beat
awesome.
the fuck out of me for it though.
I bet they did.
Holy fuck!
But yeah.
It was fun though. That fucking car moved.
But yeah, I switched out to that Cadillac and I got it home and it was experiencing some issues. Like it was running real hard. I'm like, okay, well, it feels like it feels like it needs spark plugs. So I'm like, okay, I'll change the spark plugs. And like I said, when I popped the hood, it's when I was like, oh my God, that thing's huge. And then I had to lay on the engine just to change the plugs. But like I said, they were straight up and down, so I could just grab. They were right there. So you take off the coil packs and you take off the spark plugs, and then I was done. So like it took like all of like 20 minutes to do it, and I didn't even have all the right tools.
But hey,
Like
fucking motors are the best for the derby because they're fucking like.
oh yeah,
Oh,
they're hard to kill. Like it was still, even when it was running shit, it was running
Same
and
with the Toyota.
decent-ish. Well, let's say it was running decent-ish, and the thing was, I was like, it's getting to the point where I was like, I changed the plugs, and it was still running like crap, and kind of getting worse. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on here. I'm done with this one because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see if he'll do it one more time. I'm like, hey, would you be willing to trade out again? He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, engine's struggling real hard. I've already replaced the plugs, and I think it might be the coil packs. And I looked at the price of coil packs. I'm like, oh, that's not happening.
Not quite my budget.
The cheapest I could find was $85 a piece, and they sold them only in single packs.
Oof.
I'm
I
sorry.
needed all 8.
My fucking name is Donald fucking J. Trump. Nah.
Right? I was like,
I
I'll
ain't got
deal with the
money for
misfire.
that shit.
I was like, nah. Ouch. I'll find some caulk and fix the things that are damaged.
Now, see, if it was a derby car and I had to drop that money in there, it was going in there no matter what.
I mean, realistically, like, it probably only needed one coil pack. Because, like, there was only one that was actually, like, damaged.
Them all.
True.
Just so
But then you're all good.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do anyways. I was like, well, if I'm going to replace them, but the problem is, money-wise, I can only do one a month.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
Cars
2 days after I fixed the plugs is when it started experiencing more problems. It was low on oil, so I added oil, and then it was fine. I was like, okay, it only needed like an eighth of quart too. It didn't need much. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. But then it was struggling, and my girl was home, and she was standing behind the car when I was running. She's like, what the hell's coming out of the exhaust? And I'm like, what do you mean? And I walk back there, and on the ground are these little flecks of white things. I pick one up, and it's slightly round and kind of thin. And I'm like,
bearing
piston rings. No, piston rings.
Fuck. Oh, yeah.
It was spitting its piston rings out. I'm like, oh, no, that thing's destroyed. This engine's fucked.
Sounds like the rod must have fucking pulled itself apart.
Except it was no rod knock of any kind. It was running okay, except for the fact that all the piston rings burned out, and it's just spitting oil into the engine and sucking the gas down. So like, I was like, I called my buddy up again, and I'm like, hey, engine's essentially done. I'm gonna see if I can limp it back to your place. Can I trade it one more time out? And he's like, yeah, I got a Mercury you can take. I'm like, cool. Get out there. Got a Mercury Mountaineer. I still have it actually. So I get it. I drive it home. It's almost perfect. It doesn't have that much. It has a misfire, but it's mild. Like sitting still in the stand. Barely a misfire.
What's up with
That's
you
not
and
bad at all.
That misfire?
Flip a coin, random.
That's like my mom. That's like my mom in cars with her car tires.
Anytime I seem to buy used cars from someone, I always end up with a vehicle with a misfire. Like the truck I had that broken out also had a misfire.
Jesus.
Right? It's just my kind of luck. Anytime I bought from a dealer, I don't get that problem. So that's what I've done this time. So when I brought the SUV home, it was running perfect. of a mild misfire. I was like, okay, whatever. That's fine. I can deal with that. All the other problems I had were like cosmetic problems that were just I didn't care. Whatever. I drove it to work one day, drove it home, no problems again, ran perfect. I was like, this is the one. This is what I'm going to use. Drove it out to my dad's place to show my dad because he wanted to see it. And I showed him the vehicle. Yeah, I let it. I want to see it running. We drove it a little bit, and he was like, "Oh, this is a great vehicle. Everything looks good. Misfire is there, but it's like even he said it feels like one of your spark plugs that might be bad."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, that's a stupid easy fix. I don't care about changing spark plugs. Whatever. Get done with my dad's place. I start driving home. I get on the main stretch. I'm less than 2 miles from my dad's house, and I hear a grinding, whistling noise. And then I lose my brakes, become hard as concrete. I got like maybe a quarter inch of play in the brake pedal, so I almost can't stop. I'm literally holding the steering wheel, pushing with all my strength on this brake pedal to stop. And I'm like, okay, that's not good. And then I had lost some of my engine power, but not much. I was like, okay, well, whatever. But then I was looking at the gas gauge, and it was falling fast. I'm like, what? I'm like, what happened? I get home, and I look at my review, and I realize there's a shitload of smoke coming out in my back end. I thought my rear brakes locked.
No.
I was like, okay, that explains why the brake pedal got so hard. Is because I just instantly locked. And I'm like, okay, well, that could be the problem. And I get out of the car, and I look back there. It's coming out the exhaust pipe. I'm like, oh, shit. And as I'm stepping out of the vehicle does this. It stops. And I'm like, it stalled. That's not good. I'm like, it probably just seized up. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I get in the vehicle, turn the key. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, at least it starts. So it still does run, and you can drive it, but the brakes are real stiff. I thought maybe it had like a vacuum leak, so I checked for that. No vacuum leak. And then I noticed smoke coming out each piston chamber.
God damn it.
It fucked itself hard. It blew in more than one way. So it shot most of the plugs most of the way out. They're still kind of in, but they're out. It blew the head gasket and its piston rings. Oh, and it's got a lower rod knock now. So it went from a decent vehicle to just dead. So I contacted them a final time. I'm like, hey, would you be willing to give me because I gave him my truck as well. Just like I was like, here, I don't need it anymore. It's broken in half. He's a wheel dealer. He could sell for parts. So I was like, here's the title for my truck. I don't want it. It's in the way. I don't have a place to put it. I was like, hey, can I get my truck back? And he's like, man, I want to, but I'm losing money on those two vehicles I took back because they're both broken. You could sell some of the parts on them, but the engines are fucked. That's where the value is. And I was like, I wanted to be like, come on, man. He's like, I was planning on fixing the frame and selling it for like $2,000.
But he sold you the fucking cars in the first place.
I did know that those cars weren't in great condition. All three cars had the engine light flashing when I drove them for a test drive. That's critical failure.
90% of cars have the engine light going, but like
engine light going, but flashing means critical failure.
But did you know it was that bad? Like,
yes,
you're gonna give out in like a week.
So, I've had a couple of vehicles with a flashing engine light that lasted about 6 months.
Fuck, I had a car that lasted 2 hours.
Again, you're flipping a coin with that kind of vehicle. It's like, well, shit. And unfortunately for me, it was, well, shit. I feel you on that because
My very first car that I bought was the 2009 Chevy Cobalt. It was a 5-speed standard, and the clutch was already fucking wore out of it. Well, my dumbass is like, hey, let's go fucking drive around town. Meanwhile, I dumped like $60 worth of gas in this motherfucker because the gas line right underneath the driver's seat, great big fucking hole in it. And then the clutch was already fucking worn out, so like I had to pop the clutch every time I wanted to put it in gear, or fucking like go up a gear, just move in general. Well, fucking
Pain in the ass.
I got ballsy. I was like, let's see how fucking fast I can actually make this motherfucker go. Got to like 140. Deer come out in the middle of the fucking road. And it was like my first time. I was like teaching myself how to drive standard too. So like my first time driving a standard. And I fucking wasn't used to the pattern. Went from fifth to third. All you heard was king, boom.
Yep.
I was like, well, that didn't sound too good. My friend's like, well, put her in gear and step on the gas and fucking pray for the best. And I did, and all it went was whoa, bum, 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 bum. I was like, yeah, we're walking.
Yep, that thing's donezo.
Fuck.
Yeah. So after the third one is dead, I did try and get my truck back. And like you said, he was trying to fix the frame so he can, start to recoup some of the losses that he just got from helping me. Because he's one of my best friends, and he was willing to try to help me. And he tried 3 times to help me. And unfortunately, all 3 times it kind of fucked. We both knew that the vehicles were in condition. They could go at any moment or last a couple of months. And I was okay with the risk of that. But after the 3rd time and asking for my vehicle back, he said no, because he needs to recoup some of his expenses now. And I did give him the title. It's his vehicle now. So I was like, okay, how much would it cost to get the frame repaired to get my truck back? And he's like, I could do it for like $500 or $600. I was like, and like I said, he was planning on reselling the truck for like $2,000 or $3,000, which was going to give him $2,000 or $3,000 cash instead of $500 or $600.
Yeah. But
he's one of my best friends, and he's willing to work with me. So he's like, if you can do that, I'd be willing to fix the frame and get it back to you. And I was like, let me get back to you. And he's like, all right. So he's like, he said, I'm still gonna go and fix it because he's still on try and sell it. So obviously I went and checked. I got a hold of a few people, and I was like, okay, I call him back. I'm getting a different vehicle. I'm actually getting, and this is where this all started actually, is because I was showing you the dab tools. That's where all the story originated. Full circle here.
ADHD brain.
I'm going to, or went to a dealership, small time, now full big time dealership. Found a used white large utility van. The I have free candy utility van.
Yeah.
Those things. So it's one of those. They want 4K for it. It is got 230,000 miles on it. It runs damn good. It does have a check engine light, but it's not flashing. So it could be a sensor somewhere that's dead.
Yeah.
That is not like the engine was running perfect. There's literally no clicks, no whines, no grinding, nothing. It just started right up. Perfect.
A code reader.
I'm like, okay. It sounds perfect. It's driving. It's a little loud. It's a little loud, but only because of all the shelving things in the back. They're rattling. So loud. And the driver's power seat doesn't work, and I think that might be what causing the check engine light, because whatever fuse that is, it's probably got something else that's causing it.
Hey, genius, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
No, why don't you get a code reader?
A code reader?
Like,
because I don't need to.
Well, but then
just go to a speedway or something.
Well, but then you would know if it was like critical, like bad, like you would know what's wrong with it.
Well, the thing is, what's wrong with it now is not something that's affecting the engine.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's probably like an exhaust sensor or something.
Assumptions aren't good. You know where they let
assumptions
you
aren't good. It's true, but
What
I'm
gotta throw
not
the
going
butter
through a
in?
friend. I'm not going through a friend who is, he's guessing. He's like, I know it's got an issue, but I don't know what the issue is. These
Fair.
people went and did the major repairs that were causing the problems and fixed those. Anything that's left that's causing a check engine light is minor and insignificant. It's not going to cause any problems for the vehicle down the line, at least not right away. It's something that you can fix in a couple of months and you'll still be fine. From what I can tell, the only things that aren't working on it is the driver's seat, which is powered. It's not moving, which means it's not getting power for some reason, and it's probably a fuse that's blown, which is probably what's tripping the sensor.
You could probably just go right underneath the seat, and if they probably unhooked it so their fucking seatbelt thing don't go off. And if it's one of the newer fucking vehicles, they also have a seat airbag right in the fucking seat, because we have to check for those in our fucking derby cars. Because if not, we'll make a fucking hit and it will fucking send us right through our goddamn fucking roof.
That's probably what that is. Because it is a powered seat, and I would expect it to have something like that. So yeah, you're probably right.
I know my Suzuki.
That's what's causing. I almost guarantee that's what's causing the check engine light.
Oh, probably, because my Suzuki had one. My fucking Ford Fusion had one. But
yeah, like I said, either way, the engine is running perfect. There's nothing sounding wrong with it. It starts right away. Well, there was one sound that it made that I was like, but it was, I think it was freezing out, and the starter made a little just before it started, but it immediately, once it instantly engaged and started the engine, I'm like, okay, minor issue. It might be a little loose and it needs to be tight. I've dealt with that before. Again, very minor. It starts, and it starts instantly. So don't care. It's something I can fix down the line, and it won't cost me much to do it. But the reason I'm getting it is because I don't presently have a workspace. Now I'm going to. It's not set up 100% yet. The interior's got like some shelving and stuff that I'm going to leave most of. And I got to modify one of them. One of them's got like an actual bench, but it's like a recessed bench so that things don't fall off of it. I'm going to cut away the exterior recess and put in a 2 to 3 inch thick solid oak board for my countertop, because I'm going to have an anvil and, I'm going to be, hammering on shit. I need to be strong. Yeah. So I'm going to have that, and I'll be able to live stream the forging of the dab tools. I will have eventually an actual forge set up inside the vehicle. It'll only be about the size of like a coffee can, but the pieces I'm doing are all about 3 inches long, almost exactly 3 inches long. So like I just need to be able to put like 20 of them into the furnace, get them all glowing bright orange, cool off the ends I don't need twisted, and then twist it. Like I could pump out for the twist alone about 20 in 2 minutes. No, less than 2 minutes. In a minute 30, 20 of them. And that's just because you got to quench sides, you got to reheat things with a blowtorch sometimes. And that's like how the mirror twist is. So the mirror twist, you actually reheat this section. You heat this section first and make sure this is quenched. So this is all cold here, and you twist 180 degrees one direction, and you cool this end and superheat this. So now this end's nice and cold, and you twist this 180 degrees the other direction, and you create that really nice mirrored twist that just keeps spinning into itself. Those are the only 2 twists that I can presently do. I've been trying to do the coolest twist I've ever seen for any kind of square bar twist. It's called Dragon Scales, and it literally looks like scales of a dragon. I would love to be able to put those on there, but you have to cut into the metal, and those are already a 1/4 inch thick. Making an 1/8 inch thick center when you superheat it it just dink and breaks.
It'd be like very fine work.
It doesn't work the way you would think. So I've been trying to go slightly bigger. So I'm trying to find not quite half inch, but like just slightly less, so that I can do the twist sufficiently and still get the dragon scale effect. But I don't know. So we've been live for 3 hours now.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, fuck.
Longest I've ever been live.
Not the longest I've been live, but the longest I've been live in a while. So I'm gonna play that last song now because my phone is at 17% and I have not plugged it in like a dumbass this whole time. I have a 60 amp charger right here. But it is getting super late and I gotta get some sleep. So much love. Thanks for popping up. I'm gonna play the last song, smoke the last dab, and call it a night. And of course I'm using the mouse when it's not hooked up. So here's the song. I'm gonna max out the volume. So forewarning, loud music.
What makes this heart beat faster? 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 Faster. beat faster? What makes this heart beat faster? What makes this heart beat faster?